Enjoyable night?
Yeah, I mean, just came back here really and stayed with the family, obviously, and the players' families, so it was lovely. Yeah, really nice evening.
To have finally laid to rest the League Cup, is that take a little bit of extra personal satisfaction?
Yes. It's a big monkey off my back. It's been annoying me and eating away at me for a while, so I've got all the trophies now as a manager and as a player, so from a personal point of view, it was a very proud moment. But what these players are doing is just incredible, Charles. And I said yesterday, that's 7 cup finals in a row. So on the back of that is 14 semi-finals. And we have to remember that every team playing against them along the way wants to beat them. They're desperate to get that final, they're desperate to win a trophy. And the players keep coming up with answers. I am so proud to be associated with it, but it's an incredible run of silverware, and our fans, who were amazing yesterday, should enjoy it, because we may never see the like of this again.
You were talking in the week about the relentlessness that this team has got built in. When you analyse the game, as I'm sure you will do, in the cold light of day, will it concern you at all just how out of sorts they were, perhaps?
No, I think when we do analyse it, we may look at maybe the weight of expectation was big on them. Some of them were in tears after the game, with relief, I think, more than anything else, emotion. But I also think that you have to go through maybe a bad performance, overcome it, which they did do, and come out the other side of it. And I think psychologically, going forward, it'll be huge for them, absolutely huge. But I said before the game, cup finals, you have to take in isolation. Form, whatever goes out the window. So we've done it, we've won it. However satisfactory the performance was or not, the important thing was to win it, and now we move on. We leave that behind and we have to move on.
You obviously want to produce your best football in a big final and win in style, but is it even more satisfying, or maybe as satisfying, a game like that where you just had to hang in the fight and just take your chance where it came along?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't want to dwell on the performance, because I'm not here to talk negatively about the players. They are human beings, and they're not going to play magnificently well every time they step out there, under different circumstances, different pressures. For the last 2 or 3 months, they've played football of the highest calibre, and maybe they didn't reach those heights yesterday, but they still come up with the win. And you're right, there were aspects of the game that they showed another side to, such as resilience and discipline and mental resolve, which a lot of other teams don't have.
I think it's 32 games this season so far, just the 2 defeats, just 1 domestically. It's an extraordinary level of form to keep going. How big a challenge is it to keep that level up for the remainder of the season?
Well, we've got a heavy month, so we need to refocus now. We've got the game coming up Thursday. That'll give me an opportunity to give other players a game and get some match fitness and match sharpness going into a big week next week. Hibs, Hearts, Aberdeen. That's a really important week. So we're getting a full complement, hopefully more or less a full complement of players coming back. You could see a couple of them yesterday were still off the pace, and I understand that, but they'll have benefited from the game time. And we will really focus now on the league, between now and the end of the season. And I think, as I said earlier, they'll get a huge lift from yesterday, no question of that.
Have you ever seen a will to win and a resilience from a group of players like this one?
I've never seen a run like it. I don't know if it's been matched anywhere else in football, but it is incredible. And like I said, you think of all the semi-finals, the finals they've played, whether it be Rangers, Aberdeen, Motherwell, Hearts, they've overcame a lot. It's absolutely fantastic.
The other phenomenon that we haven't seen much is the 50-50 split between the supports. How much did you enjoy that?
Yeah, I thought the atmosphere was magnificent. I thought our fans were absolutely amazing. They stayed with the team the whole way, and the intensity and the energy they generated yesterday was brilliant. And they keep coming, Roddy. They keep following us in their thousands. Week in, week out, and I'm so happy that they went home happy last night as well. So it's a great it was great colour, great power in the stadium. I thought it was a great occasion, but I probably would say that because we won.
You mentioned the pressure, Neil, and some of the players in tears as well. When the run goes on and on, does it become more difficult because you've got something to lose in this? You know, it's
maybe we have to maybe look at that, or maybe that's the one where they've overcame the bad one, if you know what I mean, and they go, look, you can't play badly and still win, so there's nothing to fear anymore, or you got to take that sort of pressure off yourselves now and just go and play the game, and I think psychologically, like I said earlier, it's a massive one for us yesterday, massive.
I read comments from Johnny Hayes saying that your half-time team talk, you were more like a school teacher and that you were disappointed rather than angry with the players. Is that a new approach from yourself?
Johnny shouldn't be telling tales out of school. You'll have to do detention for that. Yeah, I mean, I don't need to rant and rave at these boys. And I don't think they deserve it. We were just making a few pointers where we felt that, the first 45 wasn't the standard that we set for ourselves, and they knew that. So, the rant and rave at them would have been, pointless. So we just, myself and John, went through a few things with them, and obviously, bringing Mikey on and then Odson, definitely, you could see the team lift. It would have been interesting to see, us with 11 against 11 with Odson on, because there's no doubt when he came on, there was definitely a spark about us, and you could see anxiety among the opposition.
Can I just ask quickly about Fraser as well? How keen would you be to tie him down permanently, given his performance yesterday and at the start of the season?
Look, I'd love to, but there's again, one, he's not our player. Then there's the affordability, and then we need to sit down with him and see what he wants to do. But the way he's playing at the minute, I think he's one of the best goalkeepers around. But I've said that ad nauseum, and his performance yesterday came as no surprise to me because I've seen him do it many times before. But whether we can do a deal or not remains to be seen.
Have you managed to have a chat with him to see where his head's at? With
No, it's too early for that. But you can see how happy he is to be here, and I think he's gone on record saying he loves it here. So we'll see.
In the grand scheme of a title race, you've been involved in many as a manager and as a player. You talk about how psychologically this is going to do wonders for you, hopefully. Do you think adversely it might affect your opposition yesterday?
I don't know. It might motivate them even more. I don't know. But I can only speak for what it will do for us. And I think, from our point of view, it's a massive shot in the arm. We've got one trophy in the cabinet already. And I think that's brilliant for us to refocus our sights now on other matters.
Odson seemed to be limping a wee bit when he was walking through the mix zone. Did he go through the pain barrier for the team?
I don't know. He was a little bit ginger, on Saturday. Obviously, he came to me and said, "Look, I don't feel that I can start," but I think he's fine. There was no word anywhere from a medical team about him today, so I'd imagine. And again, with him, we just got to be careful, in terms of the Cluj game, and maybe just set our sights on him for Hibs next week.
It's a good chance for you to get some players game time.
Absolutely, yeah. They'll want it. Some of them need it, and a chance to give some of them a rest as well.
Is that a nice feeling knowing that you've got that opportunity, especially after the shift the players put in?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, definitely. Be good for some of them to get a rest. Some who've played a lot of games, international games, and I don't need to take the risk of them getting injured either. I don't need to do that, which is, again, it's a nice position to be in.
No, Lee Griffiths yesterday. What's the situation with him? Is he likely to be involved this week?
Lee will be. Yeah, he will be involved. Like he may. With odds, we were going to start Odson if he'd have been fit, and then Lee would have been on the bench. But the fact that Odson couldn't start, then we decided to, go with Morgan to start, and then bring Odson on. So we couldn't get Lee on the bench then. So it's not to do with fitness levels or anything like that.
You've said how much the League Cup win meant to you. Have you had any words of congratulations from any famous faces or the likes?
Rod was here.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Rod. And they don't get much bigger than that, really. So I don't know many famous people. Kevin Bridges, he was at the hotel yesterday, so I would say he'd be delighted. And I'm sure Celtic fans here and around the world will have been really happy and proud of the team.
Jeremy Frimpong certainly doesn't seem like the type of character that would, would get much of a confidence knock from what happened yesterday at all.
I don't think he should do either. I thought he's outstanding. I thought he was unlucky, but it's a penalty, and I get the red card decision as well. He was obviously really upset coming off, but these things happen sometimes, and he's nothing to reproach himself for. For a player of that age and so young in his career to play like that in a cup final, he was arguably our best player first half, and he set a real standard for the rest. Him and Ayer, I thought Ayer was brilliant, and then obviously Fraser as well. But Frimpong, he's a top player, and you can see the mentality of him as well. He doesn't seem to fear anything.